Hello everyone and welcome to Cherub Teaching Center. Today I'm going to train you on additional functions of MS Excel, that is Microsoft Excel. So this video that I'm going to show you today, this is an extension of yesterday's lecture. So I would request you that before you watch part 2 to go through the part 1 to understand the basics altogether. And also these functions or formulas that I'm going to train you today, you can use it for multiple purposes. So I'm going to show you a demo that we have done as before in tutorial 1. So in this tutorial 2, that is part 2, you're going to see some additional functions. So let's continue with that without wasting any time. So people, this is how the MS Excel looks like. Okay, and today the first function on which I'm going to train you is today function. So what do you understand from today? Today means the current day altogether. So sometime in Excel, if you want to get today's date, let's say quickly you would like to have it and you don't want to move to the calendar which is there on your laptop or on your desktop, there is a specific function that we people can use it in MS Excel to get today's date altogether. And as said yesterday, any function, any formula that we people are going to use today or whenever we are going to use it in the Excel, it is going to start with is equal to. So I can select any cell and then I have to type in is equal to, then I will click today. Now you can see that the moment I start typing, Excel is automatically telling me a formula. So what you people can do is you can double click on this formula or you can go through here on the upper left hand corner as I have informed you yesterday. So there are two ways, I would say three ways. One is to manually type in, or it will automatically show you Excel that what is the formula that we people are going to use it, or else what you need to do is if you are using the upper left hand side corner, you need to select it down, then you have to go to the more function. Over here you can type in today and then you have to click on go and it is going to show you the function, which I can go ahead and click on OK. This is also one of the way of doing it. But let's go through the easier way out. So I'm going to put in is equal to and then I'm going to use the function which is equal to today. Alright, and it is giving me automatically in this cell. I can double click over here and any function or formula that I'm going to use it in Excel, it is going to start with a bracket, it is going to end with a bracket. Okay, so the start bracket you already see, and then I have to close the bracket. So the entire range is going to stay within this bracket altogether. However, since I do not know what is today's date, I'm going to, the start bracket is already there and then I have to put in the close bracket and then I will click enter. So you can see it that Excel is automatically telling me that this is the current date, that means today's date, which is 22nd of July 2020. Now any which ways, if you would like to change the formatting of the date, there are multiple ways that we people can do it in the Excel. For that, you would be selecting the cell in which you have received the result. You will be right clicking, do the right click, the mouse right click, and then you have to go to the format cell option. Now once you go to the format cell option, this is the thing that you people will get in front of me. Now since I want to do the formatting of the date, in case if you want to get in a month format like this, so you can select either, it is totally up to you. So if I want it in this format, what I will do is I will select over here and then I'm going to select OK from the bottom, and this is how I'm getting the current date. Okay, so once again let's do the today function once again. So you will start with is equal to, type in TUDAY, it is automatically showing you, double click on that and then you people have to, or you can straight away hit enter also. Okay, and it was going to give you today's function or today's date. So this function or this formula is automatically helping me out in order to get current date, that means today's date. And one thing more people that I need to inform you is, this is a revision altogether. Whenever I'm doing this is equal to and then I'm typing any command, this entire command is also called to be as a syntax. Okay, so I can double click over here, I will hit enter from the keyboard and it is giving me today's date. And the next thing that I'm going to train you on today is now function. Okay, so in order to use the now function, in now what is going to happen is, previously the today thing that we people have utilized, that is to get today's date. Okay, alright, this function is going to tell me the time also in addition to it. So let's see how this function or formula works. I'm going to put is equal to, then I'm going to hit NOW. See, I'm automatically getting the formula over here. So I'm going to double click on that and then I will hit enter. So you can see along with the date it is also telling me the time. And people, one more thing that I have to train you today is that the time, it is going to pick it from your laptop or from your computer. So please ensure that on your computer and on the laptop your timing needs to be accurate. Okay, it needs to be correct, because it is going to pull up the things from there, from the time watch that you people have it over there. Okay, so once again, this now function is used in order to get time along with the date. I'm going to put is equal to, then I'm going to do now, and then I'm going to do double click over here, hit enter. So it is giving me the date and along with that the time as well. However, this timing will be constant, it is not going to be changed, because it is going to pick up the timing that you have when this command was punched in the cell. Okay, alright, so the third command that I'm going to train you on today is people the count function. Now as the name suggests, this count function that we people are going to use today, this count function is used in order to count the number of entries that I have it in my system. So let's say this is the data in front of me, and let's do a quick recap. So if I would like to give my heading a different color, I'm going to select my heading, I'm going to give it a different color, I'm going to align it from here on the upper top, and then I'm going to select the entire data, the table, and again I'm going to align it. It needs to be there in the center, and then I'm going to construct a table out of it. Okay, going from here, it's there. So let's count the number of entries that I have it in the first row. So the formula that I'm going to use today is count. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to select is equal to, and then I have to do count. See, it is automatically coming over here. I'll double click, and now I have to select the value or the range. So my range is starting from data 1 till data 3. Okay, and then you have to hit enter. See, it is telling me that there are 2 entries, and it is counting that there are 2 entries in this row when I've selected the range from data 1 to data 3. So let's do the same formula with the second one just for practice. It is equal to, then type in count. Okay, it is coming. Double click on the first command, select your range. Okay, and then hit enter. Again it is telling me that it has 2 entries, and if I want to replicate the same formula on the remaining cell, what I will do is, as I've informed you in tutorial 1 part 1 of MS Excel, you need to drag your mouse cursor in the extreme right hand side corner of this rectangle till the time the plus sign is coming into picture, and then you have to double click on it, and it is automatically going to replicate the formula. Okay, so in the third row I have 3 entries if I am starting from data 1 till data 3. Similarly in the last one I have only 1 entry. So this was the count function. Once again, what is this count function used for? This is used to count the number of entries that I have it in a particular report or a particular data which is given in front of you. Now the next thing that I'm going to train you now is people count A. Now this count A function, we normally use it when along with the number the alphabets is also present in my data. Once again I'm repeating, the count function that we have used it previously, okay, over here. Alright, so this count function is only for the number. However, if I talk about the count A function, my count A is also going to count the alphabets along with the numbers altogether. So let's do the practice. I'm going to put in is equal to, Then I have to select count A from here, double click on that, and then select the range starting from data 1 till data 3, hit enter. See, it is telling me that there are 3 entries. So how it is making it 3? 1, 2, and the third one is the A alphabet that we have. And similarly, if I want to replicate this count A function to the remaining cell, let's do one practice. It is equal to, then I have to do count A, double click over there, and then I have to start from data 1 till data 3, hit enter from the keyboard. It is giving me 3. And then if I want to replicate this formula to the entire cells, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mouse in the extreme right hand side corner till the time there is a plus sign. I'll double click on that and it is going to give me the entries that I have it over here. Okay, alright. So once again, my count A function counts the number of entries in a given data, in which it is going to take into consideration the numbers also and the alphabets as well. Now let's move on to the next. So we have done count A, we have done count and count A is done, and let me take you to the count blank thing also. Now sometime what happens is, in a given data set, if there are blank entries, okay, there are blank cells, and I would like to find it out how many blank cells are there in the given data set which is given to me. For that I can use the formula which is count blank. So it is equal to, then I have to go with count, and then this blank, the third one that you people can see, double click on that, select the range starting from data 1 till data 3, okay, hit enter. See, it is telling me 0. Now why is this thing telling you the 0? Let me just first of all align the content, then you people will be able to understand. Okay, alright, yeah, the alignment is done now. Okay, now why it is telling me 0? Because in data 1, data 2 and data 3 column altogether, I have entries, so there is no blank cell. That's the reason it is giving me the answer which is 0. So 0 stands for that there are no blank entries, all the cells they have the data. Now let's practice with the second row. So it is equal to, and then I have to select count blank, double click over here, select the data 1 till data 3, hit enter from the keyboard. See, now it is telling me that there is one cell in my data in this particular row in which I have how many blank cells? It is one blank cell. Similarly, for the next one, it is going to be equal to count blank, double click, select from data 1 till data 3, hit enter from the keyboard. Okay, alright, 1 minute, let me see. I have to start from this till this. Okay, alright, so let me do from here. I can do it. Okay, so this is how it is. So here it is saying how many blank entries are there? It is 2 entries. So it is 2 blank entries over here. Here how many I have it? Only one blank entry. Okay, so count blank function is used in order to calculate how many blank entries you have in your given data set. Okay, because sometime mistakenly there is a blank entry which is also left. Now let me take you to the next function altogether, and the next function that I'm going to use it, upper function. Now people, the 3 functions or 3 formulas that I'm going to train you is, now these particular functions if I talk about, or the formulas if I talk about, these are beneficial for the words. It is not going to work on the numbers, but it is going to work on the words, the alphabets altogether. And upper function is the function or the formula that I use it in order to convert the given text. It may be a word, it may be a sentence, whatever it is there with you. So in order to convert the given text in uppercase. Okay, that's how the word upper has come up, uppercase, that is in capitals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in is equal to in my Excel cell as my command or the formula is starting, okay, is equal to, and then I have to select upper, okay, double click over here, select the cell, and then hit enter from the keyboard. Okay, alright. So this is how it is done. So you can see this was my entry, sales tax in lowercase. However, the moment I have done this thing, I have put in this formula. Okay, alright. So I have sales tax which is converted into uppercase. Okay, alright. So it is done. Okay, so now let's move on to the next formula or the function. The next function that I'm going to train you is a lower function. Now this formula or function is going to be beneficial. Again, you can apply this thing only on the text, and it is going to be beneficial in order to convert a given text into a lowercase. That's how the word lower has come into picture. So it is in case if you have a given data set and mistakenly you have typed it in uppercase, there is no need for you to erase the entire data. In order to do it, you will be typing in a simple command, and that is going to convert my entire details into lowercase. So now let's go ahead and practice. So it is equal to, then I have to do it lower. Okay, I've got the command, double click on that, select the cell or the text and then hit enter. See, it has converted that into a lowercase. Okay, alright. So my upper function, my lower function is very beneficial, because sometimes what happens is mistakenly the uppercase key is selected and we type in the entire content in uppercase or lowercase, and if I want to convert it up, there is no need for me to go ahead and delete it. I can use a simple function which is upper function in order to convert the given text into uppercase, lower function in order to convert the given text into the lowercase. Okay, now let's go further. I'm going to show you the next command, which is proper. Now this proper, ideally by grammar, my first letter of the word has to be uppercase. So this is where it comes into picture. If mistakenly, now this particular formula could be beneficial for the name or any other text that you people have it there in front of you. Mistakenly you have typed in the entire content into lowercase or uppercase, and now you would like the first letter of that word to be in capital and remaining in small case. So what I can do is I can use the proper function. I will go ahead, type in is equal to, and then I have to type in proper. Okay, this is the one, double click on that, select the text, this is my cell, hit enter from the keyboard. So now you can see it has only converted the first, the first alphabet of the word into uppercase for both the words. So this particular formula could be very beneficial for the name, because sometimes mistakenly we type in the entire name into uppercase or lowercase, and I can convert it into the proper format altogether. Okay, alright. So let's do a quick revision. Let's recapitulate everyone. The first function that we have used today is today function, and the syntax for that is equal to today. Okay, and then you have to double click over there. This today function is going to give me what is today's date in a specific cell. Okay, let's move on to the second function that we have done. We did it. Now function. So what we are going to do is the syntax or the formula for that is equal to now. So you can double click over here and then hit enter from the keyboard. It is going to give me time, along with that the date. Yes, it will constantly keep on updating the time as well. Okay, alright, the time will also be updated over here. Okay, alright, and now the next function that we people have done today is count function. Now my count function is going to count the number of entries or number of cells which has value. Okay, alright, and the syntax for that we have done today is equal to, and then count, double click on that, and then you have to select the range. Okay, alright, okay, now let's move on to the next function. The next function that we did today was count blank. Count blank, as the name suggests, is going to count how many blank cells are there in a given data set. So the syntax for that is equal to, and then count. Okay, alright, count, and then we have to do it blank. Okay, and then you have to select the range and then hit enter from the keyboard. It's going to give it to you how many blank entries or how many blank cells do we have it in a specific sheet. Okay, and then we also did count a function. Count a function can be used for that specific cell in which what I have done is, along with the 1 minute people. Okay, so my count specific cell, 1 minute, this is selecting the range. Okay, all right, yeah, let's go ahead. Okay, count a function is going to count the number of cells which has number also and which has, you know, alphabets as well. So it is going to take into consideration both the details, I mean both the cells in which the numbers are also there and the alphabets are also there, and the function for that, or the formula for that, is equal to, and then I have to do count and then a. Okay, and then I have to double click and then I would be selecting the range altogether. Okay, all right, so let's move ahead with that. Count blank is done. Okay, next is upper. Upper is the function which is used to convert the given text into uppercase, and the syntax for that is equal to. Then you have to click in upper, double click over here, select your, you know, the cell, and then you have to hit enter from the keyboard. It is going to give it to you what exactly is the uppercase. Next function that we people have used is lowercase. So this is used to convert the given text into the lowercase, okay, small letters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the syntax for that is equal to, and then I have to do it lower, double click over there, select the cell, hit enter from the keyboard. It is going to convert the given text into the lowercase. And the last but not the least, the function that I have, it is proper function, and as the name suggests, is going to convert the given text into the proper format. That means the first letter of every word needs to be uppercase and the remaining needs to be running. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, the syntax or the formula for that is equal to, and then I have to type in proper, double click over here, and then select the cell, hit enter from the keyboard, and it is going to give it to you. So these are all the function people that you people can use it, and in order to get trained on it. So I would request everyone to go ahead and try these entries that we have learned today in our second tutorial in MS Excel Basics Part 2. And before that, I would also like you, those people who have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to Cherub Teaching Center for more videos to come in the future. And in case if you would like to reach me on Instagram, the ID is cherub.teaching.center. On Facebook it is Cherub Teaching Center. And in case if you want to reach me on Microsoft Teams, then it is Cherubians. My name is Poonam, and I'm a Microsoft Certified Educator. So this was all for today, people. Thank you so much and have a nice day.